What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys a very early review. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. I had the lucky privilege of attending an early press screening for this movie in Boston. It was a film that wasn't on my radar at all. It wasn't in my most anticipated of the year, but it is a franchise that has been very hot and cold for me. And it is the third Conjuring film, The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It. Not directed by James Wan, very sadly. He directed the first two. This time it is directed by Michael Chaves, who did The Curse of La Llorona. I absolutely hated that movie, so you could already tell I was pretty scared going into this movie, but the cast of this film, of course, it has Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson returning as the Warrens. Our third Conjuring film adaptation follows Ed and Lorraine Warren. One of the most sensational cases from their files starts with the fight for the soul of a young boy, then takes them on a history of a murder suspect who would claim demonic possession as a defense. I absolutely love the first two Conjuring films that James Wan directed. Both 1 and 2 are on par with each other. I think the first Conjuring film introduced audiences into this world, this demonic horror world, and it was pretty terrifying, but Conjuring 2 is even scarier. I went into this early press screening. It's my first official press screening. I can honestly say that. 5 people watching The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Guys, you're clicked on this review wondering if it's good, is it bad, is it okay? This film is a rough one. And my worries came true with The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. No James Wan at the director chair means this is definitely the worst Conjuring film that I have seen. Not the universe. The 3 Conjuring films, this is easily the worst one. There are so many issues with this movie. I wanted to love it. I really wanted to love it. But unfortunately, the flaws outweigh the positives. Easily the best part of The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, in all 3 of these films is the casting of the Warrens. Ed and Lorraine. You got Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. They play a perfect couple. I think their chemistry is really great together. And in this one, they are great once again. I think out of them two, definitely Vera Farmiga is the one that is the shiner in The Conjuring 3. She is definitely the lead character. And here we get to follow more of Lorraine just with her abilities, how she's able to solve the cases, and her relationship with Ed and Patrick Wilson. Once again, great again. I did have some issues with his character I will get into in the negative, spoiler free, but I just love Vera Farmiga. She's a very underrated actress, and she nails it once again as Lorraine. Another thing I really like about these Conjuring films is how they're shot, and with this one, it's not great, but I do how it's colored and how it looks. It just feels a lot darker colored compared to the other installments. And I do think the script in here had potential. It was really interesting. There's so many investigative files from the Warrens' background. This one is definitely one of the most interesting. It really dives into a murder case as well as a demonic case combined into one. There were some good, well done scenes in here, especially the first 5 minutes were pretty intense. And the middle act, there's this one sequence involving our suspect character that I thought was great. However, those are the only positives I have with this movie, guys. Again, I'm not trying to be negative, but I was really let down with this film. There's a lot of flaws. I think the most obvious is no James Wan. Like, he made this franchise. He knows how to direct horror, how to direct jump scares, the way it's shot. Like, you could tell it's James Wan. I cannot tell it's James Wan watching this film. I just feel like Michael Chaves just doesn't have that energy and that terror and on the edge of your seat that James Wan brought with the first 2 installments. I love Patrick Wilson as Ed Warren. I think he's great in all 3 of these installments, but I wasn't a fan of what they did with his character in here. I won't spoil it. but there was just so much potential to really dive in more emotionally with Ed Warren. The characters aren't as well rememberable in here. The family that they're trying to help in here just didn't really bring that emotional resonance. And just the other characters besides the Warrens, I didn't care about. I care about the Warrens. I want them to survive. I want them to do great. Then there's this other subplot, this other side thing they bring in here. I was like, what is happening here? Might I mention, I dozed off 3 times. 3 times watching this movie. I was like, oh, what's happening? Oh, the movie ended? And the 2 buddies I went with, who I'll mention at the end, they both agreed with me. They think this certain subplot ruins this movie. It really does, because what's the point? Where is the tension? Where is the suspense? Where is the great jump scares that James Wan brought? Before I give you guys my final overall thoughts on The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, if this is your guys' first time checking out the channel and you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this movie, definitely hit that like button and consider clicking that subscribe button. I do movie reviews every week on this channel. I also do ranking videos. I will be doing my updated ranking for the Conjuring universe, so look forward to that. I talk a lot about movies, guys, on this channel. Come join this awesome community. Let's talk about movies. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It is definitely the worst Conjuring film out of the 3. No James Wan means it didn't live up to the hype. I wish the story was better done, and the way this film was executed did not land the plane properly. On my rating scale, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It gets a D. But easily, guys, the best part of going to this early press screening was literally meeting 2 guys who I've been wanting to meet that live in the Boston area. That is Dwayne Miller and Alex Madden from the Cinemania World podcast. Seriously, guys, those guys are fantastic. I love them. Great getting to meet them and just seeing this film together. Hopefully we do more, guys. Seriously, guys, go check out the Cinemania World podcast on Spotify and other platforms. Dwayne Miller's great. Alex Madden has his own YouTube channel as well. Go check him out. Seriously, that was the best part of this whole experience, meeting those guys. Guys, what did you think of The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It? If you've seen it, did you love it? Think it was okay? Did you absolutely hate it? Let me know down below in the comments. Guys, look forward to my updated Conjuring ranking. Seriously, you're all the best, guys. All my social media links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!